Okay, looks like everything started up fine for the stream. So welcome back to this challenge playthrough. I haven't played in a full week, mainly because my internet and power were a little dodgy this week with the tropical storm that came through and hit the east coast of the US. So yeah, I didn't end up streaming during the week. I think I have almost everything ready to fight Flux here. I do just want SOS-Haste on the last two characters, Titus and Yuna. I'm not sure about the best way to try and get that. I think the trouble with Yuna is she doesn't have a weapon with Death Touch or Stone Touch. I guess I can start with Titus and Death Touch Ogres. Another possibility would be to capture Bashura from Gagazet, but even though it drops SOS-Haste more often, it's actually a pain to kill. Like, it doesn't, it has 50% petrification resistance, so I just can't kill it with Stone Touch. So the only way to like one-shot it is something like Stone Breath or Shooting Star. So I think just farming Ogre is probably going to be better than that. Alright, let's see. So I can have Titus start with Sonic Steel, then switch to Deathbringer. And then I can also have two other characters with 1 HP. I can have Evade and Counter on Waka, yeah, that looks good. And probably want Lulu instead of Riku, just for the evasion. Don't want Titus or Waka to have lowest HP. Don't really want haste on Lulu. I guess it's fine. So my plan is to try and have like maximize the chance of Titus getting the killing hit. Yeah, this is still going to be a bit tricky though. Oh, we'll see how we go. I can always change up how I'm trying to get these last two armors if yeah, I just don't get anywhere. Let's see, Carman's Ogre. Oh, I should actually have initiative on the front line. Yeah, alright, I'll change that next time. So, Death Touch. Lulu doesn't do anything. Okay, that's a strong attack. Alright. I guess now we try and bring in another Death Touch character. I suppose Stone Touch and Riku. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine I'm probably going to get another... yeah, I'm probably going to get another Haste Taj before I get like a Haste Ring, unfortunately, but there's not too much I can do about that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to regen on Titus, so that I don't want Titus to have the lowest HP because half the time Ogre does an attack that targets the character with lowest HP. I guess what I can do is just heal with Yuna. Yeah, this doesn't feel super efficient. Like, I'm probably not going to get more than 2 chances to attack with Titus before he gets KO'd. probably does make sense to try and have Whacker in the front line. Yeah, Titus and Yuno are actually somewhat useful characters with SOS-Haste, even though, I mean, Titus doesn't, well, not so much Titus actually, but Yuno with SOS-Haste actually would go before Flux, for instance, whereas the slower characters would not. So and I do want SOS-Haste on Titus for the underwater capturing on Gagazet. Alright, well. Talking through that made me realize Haste Ring is probably a higher priority, right? Like, what does Haste Shield really do? Well, yeah, it doesn't do much for Flux, that's the thing. But am I actually able to get SOS-Haste more easily after Flux? Not really. I'll keep trying this for a bit, and then I might switch it up so that I just have... I don't bother trying to get last hits with Titus, and I just have a front line of Death Touch, Stone Touch, Haste characters. Not sure why I redid the autosave there, since... yeah, I just kind of miss out on... I just lose the gil I paid to fight Ogre the last time, but doesn't matter. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's the advantage of having Whacker with evade and counter, he just effectively tanks extra hits. Well, at least we did kill it. Let's see. Oops. I probably should have SOS regen on Auron, just make him survive more hits. I guess I can just switch that now. Because if he's defending, he can... The regular attack from the Ogre only does like 300 and something, and the regen ticks at the start of the battle will get him above that, so yeah, I think that makes sense. I guess he doesn't get to defend before Ogre's first turn though, because he doesn't have haste. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I guess it doesn't make any difference then. Seeker Shields. Well, it's kind of close. Yeah, I actually don't like the regen. I think because of that issue of not getting to defend, I'm actually better off just with haste. Yeah, this HP is also... yeah. Increasing Auron's HP is actually bad, because it means Tidus is going to be the target of the unavailable attack if Ogre uses it. But, well, I guess if Tidus just kills it on the first hit, it's not a problem. Doing this sort of farming is definitely easier when, like, you're just throwing a petrified grenade with Riku and then restarting the fight. You don't have to, you know, yes, it can take a while to get the drop for the right character, but it's also super fast and doesn't involve any, like, equipment switching or whatever. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I do still want Auron. Whacker. I think I talked about this before, but I've decided I'm not going to try and save damage dealing mixes for Unalaska. I'm just going to beat Unalaska with Trio. I think trying to plan out how to beat the bosses before then with, you know, trying to save damage for Unalaska is just too messy, and I could spend a ton of time like resetting on Flux and Sanctuary Keeper only to get to Unalaska and not beat her anyway. So since I don't already have save files before the bosses to do the testing, I'm just going to basically make life easier for myself. So the objective of the challenge is not to beat final boss, but just to get past Omnis. And assuming I do that, then at some point in the future I can always come back and reload the saves and see if there's any other way to, like if there's any way to do Unalaska without Trio, save Trio for BFA, but yeah, like I say, I'm not trying that right now. But that's good. I mean, I think that means a lot less like resetting and luck dependence in fights like Flux, because I can just use, like, I can imagine I could use my, yeah, I think I'm pretty likely to use my Sunburst against Flux. Alright, I'm gonna reset. I've done a bunch of attempts with no drop. get the guild back. The hard part in the Flux fight, I think, or one hard part, is the delay from the cross-cleave attack. I just think, yeah, it makes it so difficult because I can survive the HP damage from cross-cleave with, you know, Auron, with protect and defend or what have you, but then he gets delayed so much that he doesn't get another turn before the next Lance of Atrophy. And because I don't have a way to cure poison, to cure zombie, it just seems impossible to survive many attack cycles in the first phase. Like I do have zombie ward on Auron, but that's only 50% chance, right? So eventually he's going to get turned into a zombie, and then not only is he going to get KO'd by full life, but I can't really heal him again for the next cross cleave. So I think my best chance is to try and do some... I have to decide how to set Riku up, actually. I'm not sure what overdrive mode to use, but I think the best bet is to try and deal damage pretty quickly and only have to survive, say, one cross cleave. I shouldn't have defended Whacker there. Yeah, now Riku only gets one turn. Yeah, that's bad. If I remember correctly, the Flux fight's not... Well, the Flux fight's quite rough, even without the mix restriction. Like, even if I was allowed to use Sunburst as many times as I wanted. I'm trying to remember how people who did this, have videos for this challenge on YouTube did it. I think Garland the Great did it with Chaos Grenade, then Sunbursts. I'm not sure he even saw a single cross cleave. I should maybe watch his video and see how he recharged Riku's overdrive. He maybe used Comrade or... Nah, Comrade... The trouble with Comrade is once your other party members get KO'd, then you're stuck, right? I think he must have used Loner. No, I can check that. I don't have Chaos Grenade, but I do have Calamity Bomb for inflicting poison at the beginning. I have Sunburst for a big chunk of damage, obviously, and then I also have Tall Boy, which does basically 9k, but also because it kills the Morty, or whatever it's called, Mortiorcus, it'll do an extra 3 or 4k. One possibility... It might be easier to fight against the second phase with Total Annihilation, even though it's tricky to set up to survive Total Annihilation. I could use something like Hyper Mighty G. Yeah, but when am I fitting in a Hyper Mighty G mix, and how many characters is it realistically going to affect? Yeah, there's definitely still some stuff to sort out for the Flux fight. I don't think there's any more equipment I could need though, apart from these two SOS-Haste items. Like, I don't think I'd have to be coming back down the mountain to grab anything I missed. Avenger. Well, that's a drop for Titus, but not one I actually need. Yeah, so between Zombie Ward, I also have SOS Reflect on Kimari, which means he can basically survive a full life even if he's a zombie, provided he's at SOS HP, because Reflect will bounce the spell. So yeah, I with a little luck, I can have 3 characters survive the opening pair of Lance of Atrophy. I just don't know that that's even particularly useful. I don't think I do enough damage to get Flux into the total annihilation phase with like Calamity Bomb plus. So let's say Riku had time to do another overdrive before cross cleave and she did Sunburst. That doesn't feel like enough damage to get through the first phase of the fight. I mean, I guess I've got stuff like self-destruct too. Yeah, it's just very tricky to fit in self-destruct if I'm using Mighty Guard of Kimari, which I need for the protect for surviving the cross-cleave damage. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a puzzle to figure out. Seeker's Ring. Close. Hey Marilyn, how's it going? I'm just out here trying to grab the last two SOS-Haste armors I don't have, which are so far not cooperating, or the drops are not cooperating rather. Oh yeah, I saw you streaming Persona 5. I've never played any of the Persona games. I should come check out your stream sometime. What's the combat system like in those games? Is it turn-based? Turn-based, okay. So it's like kind of traditional JRPG style. So what's new in Persona 5 Royal? You're the second person who's been telling me about this, so I'm kind of intrigued. Extra teammate, another dungeon. Okay. So how many characters do you control at once in Royal? All the DLC. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, but you have fought once, that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder how different this game would be if you could have 4 extra characters instead of 3. I mean, it's gonna make it quite a lot easier, I guess, but maybe not in a challenge like this where lots of characters are not that useful. Right, I'm sorry about the background noise. Someone's like dragging a very large box slowly across the sidewalk outside my house. Ah, all these Seeker shields. No Haste shield. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but... Oh, you can't hear it? Oh, that's good. Yeah, this week I had some power issues because of the storm that came through, and so instead of playing this and streaming, I was playing a bit of... I've been playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I'm enjoying a lot, but yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I understand what's going on in that game, as in the combat system and the materia. I feel I'm just like doing stuff at random and getting bailed out by spamming items. But I'm enjoying it a lot. I think they did a great job with the combat system, the characters, the voice acting and stuff. It's all really good. You love the remake, yeah. It actually makes me want to play the original Final Fantasy VII, which I have not touched in close to 20 years. I'm about 20 hours in, so I've still got a fair ways to go, but it's definitely like picking up in terms of the storyline events and stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna reset here. I've had a run of Ogre's kills without any good drops. Yeah, the combat reminds me of like... Oh, your kids have loved watching you play? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's something that occurred to me playing the remake is it's pretty dark. Yeah, the cross-dressing scene was funny. Yeah, I enjoyed that too. Cloud didn't, but I did. But yeah, I was gonna say it's like it's quite dark. Or there's not that much light-hearted stuff. Like, even though obviously Final Fantasy X is about saving the world and stuff, it feels like... Yeah, Final Fantasy X just feels more... I don't know, maybe aimed for a younger audience or something? I'm not saying it quite right, but... You've got the, you know, authoritarian, like, mega corporation that basically rules the city. You've got the eco-terrorists who are trying to fight back against them, but obviously lots of innocent people are getting kind of caught in the crossfire. Right. Yeah, I agree. I think having the yeah, a lot of the one-liners also quite good. Especially, I like a lot of Barrett's one-liners and lots of and stuff Aerith says as well. Like, kind of helps with that. Yeah. Let's see, I guess I didn't switch my party back here, but it doesn't matter too much. Rip. Yeah, another thing I like about it... Hey, Gakara. Playing FFX while watching FFX. Nice. Although... Yeah, I must admit I'm kind of just grinding away here, thinking more about the Final Fantasy VII remake, but it's all good. Are you still playing your initial equipment challenge that you mentioned the other week? I think that was it. Maybe I'm getting mixed up actually. No, that wasn't very good. Oh, that's right. You're doing you're doing that challenge. Okay. Farming for items before crawler. Gotcha. The encounters are too easy to use? Yeah. I do agree with that. Yeah, I mean, once you've stolen some items and have Riku Titus with first strike, you shouldn't really lose to random encounters in that challenge until late game. Yeah, the capturing's pretty interesting, I think. It is easy to like lose track of how much knowledge the game, or how much I take for granted knowledge of the game. Like I watch occasionally streams of people playing for the first time, and they do stuff that just makes no sense to me. But of course, it's just because they don't like understand the AI of the bosses. They don't understand like all of the details, right? Like there's a lot in the game, and it's possible to just get, it's possible to make it through without really understanding how it works. That's kind of the beauty of it, is you can come back to it and there's a lot more to learn. I feel that way with the Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. Like, I'm definitely looking forward, when I finished it, to watching speedruns of people who've like figured out how to actually play it properly and how fast they can beat their way through lots of the bosses I struggled with. Yeah, charging up character A on overdrives is kind of a reasonable fallback. I think I did that too. I actually cannot remember the first time I played this game. I know that I got stuck at Unalaska. I'm not sure if I got stuck and just came back to it ages later in Vita, or whether when I came back to it I just straight reset and played the whole thing again. But yeah, Unalaska was the boss that I was like the wall for me the first time I played. I think every other boss was not that bad actually. Yeah, unfortunately, ogres today have not cooperated at all. I've got a bunch of kills with Titus and only seen like maybe 2 Seeker's shields. Oh, there's another one. Alright, well this Ogre's giving us a good chance anyway. Which we're not doing anything with. Oh dear. If I could death touch the Bashura, the like the Ogre in the Gagazet area, I would definitely just capture one of those and do the same thing, but he's immune to death touch and stone touch, so like I think this is still the best bet. Alright, I'm gonna try something slightly different. I'm losing a little too much here. I'm just gonna have a front line. Let's see, does this make sense? Yeah, I guess I can still have Titus in the front line. But I'm not going to... Yeah, I'll do this. I'm just gonna go to kill it with Riku and Lulu as well, and not really try and prioritize Titus getting the last hit. Of course, the game's going to punish me for this by giving me like another haste bangle, but if I only needed the drop for Titus, then doing what I was doing probably made sense, but I need it for Yuna too, so I don't want to be losing fights. I always want to at least have the roll on the item. I guess I'll just change weapon, let Titus have the first shot. It's really funny, we've got 3 preemptive strikes in a row despite taking my initiative character out of the front line. Yeah, then I get ambushed twice in a row. Sure, game. Why do I open my mouth? It's like, observe that something good is happening. game's like, wait a second, this can't be right. Can't be giving preemptive strikes for free like this. Alright, come on, Ogre. I know you've got those haste armors in there somewhere. Yeah, it is just a little annoying to have this equipment grinding just come down to luck, but fortunately when this is done, I don't think I have to do more equipment grinding for a very long time. Well, we're racking up the Seeker shields. So yeah, the chance of those dropping is 6 times higher than the chance of haste shield. So in theory, I should get 1 haste shield for each, every 6 of those. I wonder if there's any chance this is just faster with capturing a Bashura and then just having Kamari or Auron one-shot the Bashura and just resetting if it doesn't work so I don't waste the overdrive. That feels kind of slow though. The question is that 3 times slower than this? Because you get SOS-Haste 3 times more often from that enemy. Alright, let's go capture a Bashura. Or try to. Shouldn't get an encounter here before... Yeah, we shouldn't have a Calnan's encounter here, we just ride the truck over to the exit. I think you can occasionally get an encounter when you're trying to walk, like, from where I am right now, back to the Chocobo lady. But not this way around. So how am I going to capture this? I think I have to... I think I'm going to use poison. I'm going to use bad breath with Kamari. So let's see. This front line is actually quite good. Yeah, Waka needs SOS HP, but it doesn't matter too much. No, I guess I have to leave Kamari on Slayer Overdrive in case I get another encounter, like a different one. That's fine. I think I actually want Poison Touch. Do you want Poison Touch or Sleep Strike? Yeah, it's got 80% resistance to sleep. I think I want the Poison Touch in case the poison from Bad Breath doesn't work. Just looking at the Grat. Okay, so the Grat is weak to Petrify, but yeah, the Grat is vulnerable to Stone Touch but not Death Touch, so this should probably just be Stone Touch. Leave Riku on Stone Touch. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so here's the encounter we want. You've been in the Thunder Plains for such a long time, but you still don't have Lightning Strike for Tidus. Yeah, Lightning Strike doesn't drop that much in the Thunder Plains. Okay, so I actually rolled the 20% on the sleep on the Bashura. That's interesting. An evade encounter works against both the attacks of the Grat enemies, but I'll go for Stone Touch. Oh wait, I don't have poison on this guy, do I? Yeah, alright, I can't do anything about that right now. Nice. Okay, hopefully this targets Waka. It did, it's awesome. Alright, we got super lucky with the setup here. Well, maybe not if it kills one of the girls now. No? Alright, so I do need to get poison on this guy. It sort of sucks. So I guess I... do I even have Poison Touch for Riku? I'm not sure. Yeah, so this is going to wake him up. I suppose I just wait until after the next turn. Yeah. Yeah, so its HP is going to get messed up. If I'd poisoned it after Bad Breath, because the Bad Breath doesn't do HP damage, it would be a nice, like... I could easily set up a capture by just using a cure spell, but because I'm going to do HP damage with attacking it to get poison, that doesn't work. That's okay. Do you have Poison Touch? Yes, alright. And Waka has Poison Touch. Oh, but Waka doesn't have Haste. I guess I switch... yeah. As the graphical glitch with the poison and silence markers still showing up for the other guys that we petrified. Alright, so now we have 6 attacks in a row to try and land poison. And I believe it's 25% chance each time. And that's 5, and we haven't made it. Nope. No, hitting Riku is not good for us. But there's not much I can do. Okay, there's poison. Okay, great. So now I want to switch in. Yeah, we need some luck here for sure. Need to switch in Whacker, switch to evade and counter. Oh right, I forgot it just sometimes wastes its turn to do Psych Up. That's good. Alright, what else do I need here? I think I need a sensor character. So use Titus. Yeah, so it's gonna... I think this works. It might kill another character, but then it's going to put its fists up because it will have dropped below our half HP. So Whacker can just wait here. Actually, hold on. How much damage do we do to it? It takes... it takes 25% of its health, so that's 4250 on each poison tick. So that's 9,000... No, 8,500. So that's going to leave it with 3,300, which is a really awkward amount. I guess I try and cure it twice. Yep. If Yuna gets... No, I don't want to go for the cure now. I want to go for the cure... Yeah, I want to go for the cure on the turn I know it's going to just put its fists up, because I don't want Yuna to get KO'd. So who can I sacrifice here? I guess I'll switch to capture while I'm thinking about it. I guess Lulu. I think Lulu still has a chance to evade its attack. Yeah, she does. Yeah, okay. This makes sense then. I think I can save a tick by doing one weapon switch with a hasted character before Whacker comes back in. Yep. Okay, so this is either going to be an attack on Whacker that he'll evade or KOing Lulu. Either which are fine. It is KOing Lulu. So now it's below half HP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll put its fists up. I might have slightly misunderstood the AI, I guess, but I think it's going to put its fists up now, and I want to heal it above 8,500. So that means I do this. Dropping the cures on the enemy always looks so awkward. I think it makes sense though. Yeah, so he puts his fists up. So now I cure him again. Yeah, I think this might work out. Oh, I probably leave him with a little too much HP for Auron to capture. I wonder if he's going to counter... Huh, that's interesting. I wonder if he's actually going to counter... I don't think he'll counter this cure. Don't counter, Mr. Ogre, I'm trying to help you. You didn't. Awesome. And 185 HP, looks like a capture. What's his defense? This is gonna capture, right? Defense 45. Yeah, this should be fine. Alright.
Not too good.
What do you mean not too good? That was great. That worked perfectly. Auron's so hard to please. Alright, so we captured Bashura. So it drops SOS-Haste more frequently. I can't kill it with Stone Touch or Death Touch, but I'm going to try and just farm it back at the arena with Shooting Star or Stone Breath. See, how am I charging Kamari's Overdrive? Probably low now? Yeah, leave Auron and Victor. Yeah, so Auron's always going to have a turn before the Bashura in the arena here. So I think this makes sense. Well, not really. I should, yeah, so I'm going to Shooting Star the first one, so I should just have Kamari on Victor. Oops. Alright, so I'm not sure this is actually going to make haste equipment drop more quickly, but I did need to capture Bashura anyway, so it's kind of whatever. Yeah, I don't need to do anything with Tidus. Alright, so either I reset or... No, I guess I should recharge Kamari's Overdrive. I guess what... Yeah, okay, here's what I should do. I should have Auron and Kamari on full Overdrive, and then I should have like 2 attempts in a row, and then reset if I don't get either. I think that makes most sense. What's the... There must be some weak monster I can fight here. I guess there kind of is. Yeah. Alright, I'll just fight this dragon a few times to recharge overdrives. Oh wow, did not... I thought that would definitely be a kill. I guess... Yeah, I guess it has 450 HP or something like that. Alright, so that's Kamari. I think that's Kamari back on full overdrive. Auron not yet, because he doesn't have SOS overdrive. So now Auron's 80%, so I think this setup works. Yeah, I actually don't want Titus in the front line. I guess I'll just stick Yuna there instead. So now if I get the autosave... So now I'm going to fight Bashura again. The first one I'm going to just one-shot with Stone Breath. And then the second one I'm going to just one-shot with Shooting Star, and if I don't get Haste Ring or Haste Shield from either, I'll just reset and do it again. Seeker's Touch. Nope. Katana, alright. Well, at least this is different from farming the Ogre. I think trying to farm a drop from one enemy for too long just gets repetitive. At least this way I have the slight satisfaction of Shooting Star. Sending the guy flying. Oops. Oh, I guess... Huh. Guess Auron just got a turn before Kimari. Doesn't usually happen. Haste Ring! Alright! Well, that change it worked. That was definitely the harder of the two items to get. Nice. So now do I even need to bother getting the Haste Shield, or do I just say leave it? I guess I'll try for another little while. I would like to get up Gagazet and have a shot at Flux today. I don't think I need it. I think I'm just gonna head up Gagazet. Once I beat Flux, I can take the teleport pad back down and go back to the arena if I need to, so that's not too much of a pain. Okay, but I do need to recharge Kimari's overdrive, which is almost done actually. So we can just fight a dragon again. Yeah, we don't need Titus for first strike here even, because Kimari goes before all the fiends and just one-shots them. So that's all good. Oh, do need to switch Kimari back to Slayer. I guess there's always some small chance to get more haste equipment from just the Bashuras I'm going to petrify heading up the mountain. I wouldn't mind getting more drops from the mechs either, like another SOS Reflect wouldn't be bad. Alright, we don't need to use the save sphere. We're not... yeah, the fights are unlosable. Unless I mess up, so I can just save before Flux. Let's see. No, I don't need to do any stealing. Don't want to bother with any capturing. Yeah, well, I've definitely got these encounters. Whether I've got Flux, I think, is not so clear, but I think I have everything I could need. Because I did the capturing in Thunder Plains and Macalania, I have items for every mix I can access, I think. It's kind of funny to have an area this late in the game where Stone Breath and Slayer just actually one-shots everything, but like there's only parties of 3 enemies. There's no single enemy on its own or pair of enemies. But yeah, not complaining. Null Bangle. Pretty sure I've already got that. But what I really want is Reflect Armor, I think. From these mechs. So that's what Slayer does. Oh yeah. Yeah, Slayer plus SOS Overdrive plus encounters with 3 enemies is an instant overdrive refill, and Slayer charges even off overdrives. That's what makes this kind of broken. Alright, let's just double check I don't need to buy anything from once. I don't think I do. I definitely have all the important stuff here. Yeah, so it's 20% overdrive charge from Slayer, times 3 for 3 enemies, times 2 for SOS Overdrive, so that's just 100 again. Alright, so I've already bought the stuff I need here. Yeah, I've got the zombie wood. That is definitely one to get, but I bought it the first time I actually came up the mountain and went back down because I realised I wanted some extra stuff, so I got the zombie wood that time. I guess there's no harm in checking. Yeah, so zombie ward on Auron and zombie ward on, yeah, on Yuna. Too bad I can't buy it for more characters, but I imagine this is just firewood, but there's some chance it's fireproof. No, it's just firewood. Okay, so if I make a save here, I lose SOS Haste status. I can just use the autosave up to the next area. I'm not... Okay, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I will come back and make a manual save, but I'll make an autosave first. Because I'm not 100% sure if the game gives you another autosave, like at the start of the Flux fight, before, you know, after it's too late to switch equipment. Poison Steel, Seeker's Bangle. Okay, might not have had a Poison Steel. Yeah, so for sure you get an autosave here, and now I can backtrack and make a manual save. Yeah, I know I get an autosave for the next area. I'm just wondering if the game gives you another one at the start of the Flux like cutscene, not before the boss fight. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Okay, so I want my SOS-Haste set up, I think. So let's just reload the autosave. I guess if I was actually concerned about that, I could just like make a copy of the backup of the autosave and just move it to another folder, but it should be fine. Okay, let's see. Need to open up my list of mixing here. Just double check what mixes I've already used. Yeah, so I don't have Hazardous Shell or Chaos Grenade, but I do have Calamity Bomb, which is level 1 Key Sphere plus a status item. I've used... Yeah, so I have 2 of the 9 hit elemental mixes left. They're not so useful against this fight because half of them hit the Mortiorcus. Then I've got, I've used Mighty Wall and Mighty G, so I've still got Super Mighty G and Hyper Mighty G. Still got Super Vitality and Hyper Vitality. And then, it's whatever. So let's see how to try this. I think I'll try opening with a Calamity Bomb to get the poison from the beginning. And I'll try setting up Auron to survive the cross cleave. So I think this means, you can't avoid having Riku stay in the front line during Flux's attacks, and you have to just hope that she doesn't get hit by Lance of Atrophy, I think. There's no way around that. So the question is, what overdrive mode am I using to try and recharge? Well, definitely not Victor. Let's try Loner. No one else's overdrives matter. I guess I'll put Loner on Kamari too, although I'm not expecting him to survive. So I want Kamari to use Mighty Guard, and Riku starts with Calamity Bomb. Oh, do I want Yuno and SOS HP? Yeah, I think I do. Because... well, yeah, that would give me another character turn before Flux. On the other hand, Yuna coming in and defending before Lance of Atrophy is kind of nice because she has Zombie Ward. But with setting Overdrive mode to Loner, I kind of want my other characters to get KO'd. Alright, definitely doing that. Yeah, and Titus stays at full HP, so he can survive the HP damage from... I guess he should have his Tetra armor. Yeah. Nothing else is any use. Oh, Whacker's not at SOS HP either. Alright, I think I want to get Whacker into SOS HP. So let's fight another random encounter. Switch this back to Slayer just temporarily. So I think okay, I think this works. So I'm going to switch in Whacker, then switch in Lulu. Let's see. Lulu's. So does Lulu's spell on Whacker do at least 220 damage? I think it does. Yeah, I feel like it has to. Oh no, it only does, it does minimum 210. Okay, I guess I give Lulu magic booster then. If she KOs Whacker, it actually doesn't matter, so. Let's see here. Just make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. Yeah, so I'm still going to Stone Breath. Right, I'm still going to Stone Breath the encounter, but I'm going to have Lulu. Oh, we got a preemptive strike anyway. Okay, that's, yeah, that makes it really easy. So I do that. Lulu's always almost out of MP. It's pretty funny. I mean, it doesn't matter. She's not going to use MP against Flux. Okay, then Whacker's in SOS HP. I guess I can do the same for Yuna. Nah, I'll just leave it for now. And then just Stone Breath. Okay. So back to Lena. I want to heal Auron up to full because I need his HP. My plan is to have Auron tank the cross cleave, so I don't want him on with SOS Haste active. I think everyone else though is fine for SOS Haste. This missing HP doesn't matter. So I'm actually going to switch Whacker over to the TKO because, well, evade counter isn't important, and his HP here is actually good because he can survive a hit from himself and possibly petrify himself, and that according to P. Birdman's guide, Flux's attacks are not guaranteed to shatter petrified characters, even cross cleave. So this, there's some chance I could use this, like Whacker petrifying himself to essentially tank a free Lance of Atrophy hit. So yeah, I might give that a shot. Okay. So I guess I don't have to put Protect on Auron right at the beginning. Alright, let's sort out some items so I have the mixes lined up. So Calamity Bomb is level 1 Key Sphere plus status. Alright, Smoke Bomb will do for status. And level 1 key sphere, yep, got loads of those. Then Tall Boy is level 1 key sphere and level 4 key sphere, so let's move that one up. Then Sunburst, I'm going to mix with double 3 stars, which is here. Then what else might I want? Cluster Bomb, level 1 key sphere for stat item, okay. Potato Masher, Cluster Bomb. I guess I should bring in get items up for Hyper Mighty G, in case that comes up somehow. It could do, yeah, it could do. So that is Light Curtain plus... Does Light Curtain plus 3 stars even do it? Maybe not. No, it doesn't. So I need... Yeah, so it's Wings to Discovery plus Curtain I have to use. That's fine. And yeah, Curtain. Okay. I mean, I can always just manually go through the list if I want something else in the middle of the fight, but those are the obvious ones. And who do I want in the front line? I think I want Riku to mix off the bat, because then she only has to be in the party for 1 Lance of Atrophy. So Tidus switches for Riku. Do I even want Auron in the front line? I think if Auron gets zombied off the Lance of Atrophy, it's actually pretty bad for me. So let's just do this. I want Whacker Alive for that Petrify strat I was talking about. Maybe that means I just put Kimari in the front line. No, I'll put Yuna. Yuna's expendable. At least with the way I'm trying this to start with. Now I have no first strike character, that doesn't make sense. Okay, let's try this. No, it should be this, because it should be this, because these characters both have haste. Yeah, I think this is right. I imagine this is going to take both some luck and some fiddling around, so might be here a little while. Auron's Overdrive's not going to matter, but may as well switch it anyway. Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad the only strength boost you get in this fight is a strength boost on Kimari, which just isn't that useful. Like, it doesn't even improve the damage from Self-Destruct, which is the only attack I can really imagine using.
Xanarkand is on the other side, you know. Uni.
Me neither.
What are we gonna do?
We'll do... We just don't... Until we do... Let's go to Xanarkand. We'll find something there. It'll all come together. I know it.
Hey. Just now, you sounded like a leader, you know?
Star of...
Oh, I should have... Yeah, I should have thought about having a sensor character.
Huh?
I guess I... Yeah. I guess I switch Tidus's weapon for Brotherhood at some point.
The son of Jack.
Riku.
You are not.
Just...
Now is your time.
Not it.
Save some.
Lady...
Us. Allow me to say.
You know, it really would have made our lives a lot easier if you would just send this guy, you know, just saying.
Gallant race.
We don't actually have to listen to the speeches each time.
One after another. No.
Kimari.
You could end the suffering of this poor ransom.
I don't understand you.
Allow Kimari to die and release him from his pain. Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow caught in a spiral of death. To destroy, to heal Spira, I will become sin. Yes, with your help. Come with me. Once I have become the next sin, your father will be freed again.
What do you know?
Pitiful.
Your hope ends here! And your meaningless existence with it!
Okay. So, you have to watch the turn bar in this fight because there's some weird stuff that goes on with turn timing. So first thing is that we didn't get the lucky opening where Morty goes before Flux, which would be boss 1 going before boss. That would have actually basically bought us time. It would have delayed the full life from the first Lance of Atrophy. But we did get Waka having a turn before Flux, which is actually kind of interesting. I think I can use that to my advantage. So let's start with Calamity Bomb, which is this. Okay, so that's Silence and Poison. It didn't quite kill off the silly Mortiorcus, which is too bad. So I definitely don't want Waka taking Lance of Atrophy here. I think I switch in Yuno and Defend. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, if this is... yeah, okay, well this is just a reset then. Can't do anything without Yuno being... without Riku being alive. Oh, let's see, is there anything else that's worth testing? Don't think so. No. Yeah, just have to have that not happen. It's unfortunate that the Calamity Bomb doesn't do enough damage to kill the Mortiorcus because that would do another 4k to Flux. I guess I should maybe think about having a character later do like the 300 or 400 damage to Mortiorcus to finish it off. I don't like this front line. I don't think Waka's guaranteed to have a turn before Flux. I think Waka can have a turn on tick 22 and Flux can have a turn on tick 21. Let me just check that. Yeah, I think Flux can have a turn on tick 21. Let's just do this then. Yeah, it's too bad this is a bit of a long cutscene, considering the fight can be over in like 30 seconds.
Uni.
Hi.
I...
Meaning.
What are we gonna...
We'll do... We just don't... Until we do... Let's go to Xanarkand. We'll find something there. It'll all come together. I know it.
just now? You sounded like a leader, you know?
Star.
Huh?
Ah, the son of Jack.
Riku,
You are not.
just
Yeah, unfortunately the Mortiochus has defense 100 and is armored.
Now is your time.
It's also immune to
not if.
every status. Oh, it doesn't have magic defense though. Huh. Okay. So Lulu with a magic boosted spell could actually probably finish it off and proc the more absorption. Alright, well that's good to know.
Yours was truly a gallant race. They threw themselves at me to bar my path. One after another.
Yeah, unfortunately we have to hear Evil Maniac Seymour go through all this again. And might have to do it many more times.
I don't understand you.
At least Sanctuary Keeper and Spectral Keeper have short cutscenes.
Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow.
And
caught
for
in a spiral
Unalesca, I'm just going to mix Trio,
destroyed.
which means I shouldn't be seeing that cutscene more than once unless I really mess up.
Yes, with your help. Come with me. Once I have become the next sin, your father will be freed again.
Ah, what do you know?
Pitiful.
Alright. Take two.
And your
So, switch for Riku. Mix Calamity Bomb. Hope Riku doesn't get hit. Oh, nice. That was a crit. Oh, that's cool. I did get the more absorption proc. Okay. And hits Lulu. That's fine. Okay, so that next boss turn is the second Lance of Atrophy, and then that boss 1 turn is the next full life. So what I can do here... Yeah, so here I have to decide whether I actually want a character to survive. Yeah, do I want to have a second character KO'd here so I can start charging Riku's Overdrive with Lona? Or do I want to keep a second character alive? I guess... I mean, I kind of have to have a second character alive, or a second character slot, if I want to put Protect on Auron, right? So, yeah, this is not... This doesn't feel ideal. Doubt this counter attack damage could possibly matter, but it's a free weapon swap anyway. Oh, that maybe should have been a defend, actually. That's bad. Okay, so I think... So Auron still has enough HP to survive... Yeah, so Auron has enough HP to survive the cross cleave. But what's going to happen is the delay from the cross cleave is going to actually mean that I see another Lance of Atrophy. So I certainly have to get Auron out of the party now, because otherwise he's going to get full-lifed. I think I go for the strategy I mentioned of having Waka try and petrify himself, and just hoping that Waka... hoping that that works, and that Waka... Yeah, this feels super awkward. Hoping that that works, and that Waka then is able to tank the Lance of Atrophy hit. Okay. Okay, so this turn is Dispel, but Flux is silent, so he doesn't use it. But I can start charging Lona. Okay, that was a bad mistake leaving that equipped. It doesn't matter because I can switch weapon here, but yeah, that was loose. So let's see, we switched to Battle Freak. And Kamari's still alive, that's kind of useful maybe. Okay, I'm gonna get to... I have to decide... Yeah, I have to decide how to do this, so... Yeah, the question is how many ticks is the delay from cross cleave, because I think it's a full 48 ticks for Auron. Like, I think it delays Auron by a full turn. So the question is, at what point before cross cleave do I bring Auron in to defend? So for sure, I can't do it. If I do it too late, then that 48 tick delay will delay Auron by so much that I'll actually see the second Lance of Atrophy. I think I might have to just kind of take a risk with that though, and try and fully recharge Rika's Overdrive now. Yeah, so that's going to take 12 more ticks. I'm on exactly the same tick as Flux. Maybe I can't do that. So there's 21 ticks between now and cross cleave. If I brought Auron in and defended right now, the defend would mean his next turn would be scheduled for 32 ticks. But that's going to become 80 ticks because of the delay. So that's 80 ticks minus 21 for the cross cleave, minus another 21 for the first Lance of Atrophy, minus another 21 for the full life. And he would, yeah, so if I bring Auron in and defend right now, and don't try and charge Rika's Overdrive more, he'll get a turn before the second Lance of Atrophy. But if I don't, if I keep charging Rika's Overdrive, I think I'll see double Lance of Atrophy. I think double Lance of Atrophy is not something I can afford. Alright, let's see what happens if I make this play. Yeah, you can see the turn bar. Man, this guy is fast. So that was the Dispel turn, which did nothing. Here's cross cleave. That missed on Waka, and then Lance of Atrophy targets Waka, which also missed. Alright, perfect. Yeah, then full life. Oh no! But Auron's a zombie, so full life gets him anyway. Okay, yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, okay. So that was bad, and that's unfortunate because I got a lot of the stuff I wanted to have happen in that fight. I don't think there's much I could do after Auron got zombied though. You got this next time. I appreciate the encouragement, but I think it's going to take a while to figure this one out. And by figure this out, I mean figure it out and get lucky. So I wonder if I'd, yeah. So if I let, if I'd actually recharged Riku's overdrive, I could have got a second overdrive before cross cleave. So how much damage would Flux have actually taken by that point? So he took about, well, between 7 and 8k from the Calamity Bomb because of the crit on the Mortier curse. So let's call that 7k. Then he took 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 ticks, maybe 5 ticks of poison. So that's another, call it 6k. So say he took 13k damage, that would put him at 57. Okay, so interesting. So I actually can put him into the... Oh, okay, that's really interesting. I think I can actually put him into the total annihilation phase without seeing cross cleave. Maybe that's the best strategy. But then what is my plan? I can let poison do a bit more damage, and I can mix Hyper Mighty G on Riku to have her essentially survive the total annihilation. But that only works once. I guess it might work twice if I had Waka petrified again, and I could actually unpetrify. I could actually like Asuna Waka. Oh man, this strategy's getting a little convoluted. Okay, I definitely want to do one thing here, which is I want to switch Yuna's weapon to either Censor or Silent Strike, because this is useless for sure. And I also want to give her the Blessed Ring. So Silence is going to wear off at some point. Let's go Silent Strike. I have Magic Booster on Lulu, which should be enough to force Mortizorption. Unless Lulu gets KO'd, I guess. That's still fine. That's fine. Yeah, Poison Claw is not fine. Okay, I'm gonna try... I'm gonna try the same strat again, where I plan to survive a cross cleave. We'll try that again and see if I can get that to work out any better. Still not happy with this front line though. Yeah, but I can't have other characters. I kind of need all my characters, or like all my characters are somewhat important. So Kamari and Auron have to stay out of the front line. Maybe I don't mix Calamity Bomb right away. Yeah, so what if I did this? What if I had Kamari, Auron? What if I did this? So Riku gets a turn before Flux. So it's still getting the same poison damage in if she just mixes on that turn rather than the first strike turn. But this way I get to use the first strike turn to do Mighty Guard. Yeah, but then who am I hoping Lance of Atrophy hits? I guess if it hits Auron but doesn't zombie him, that's fine. And if it hits Kamari, that's fine? Okay. Yeah, alright. I'll try it this way. The timing in this battle is so tricky. Like, despite the fact that Flux and Morty's turns kind of get disjointed and they end up skipping a lot of their turns, they're still so fast. Like, Flux is over, or both of them are over twice as fast as my slow characters. And they're exactly twice as fast as Titus. So even with haste, like, you can only just keep up.
What are we gonna...
We'll do... We just don't... Until we do... Let's go to Xanarkand. We'll find something there. It'll all come together. I know it.
Hey. Just now, you sounded like a leader, you know?
Star of...
Huh?
Ah, the son of Jack.
Riku,
You are not...
just go...
Now is your time to...
Not it...
Samson.
I think even if everything I'm trying to do here works fine, I'm still going to have the problem at the end of the fight that because I don't have a second sunburst, the next most damaging mix doesn't break the damage limit, right? So it's basically 10k less damage. So I'm kind of thinking I'm actually going to struggle to find damage here.
After another.
But it'll be easier to see that once I get, if I can get past the first turn cycle and into the total annihilation phase.
You could end the suffering of this poor Ramso.
I don't understand you.
Allow Kimari to die and release him from his pain. Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow caught in a spiral of death.
I think this first turn is kind of a coin flip, like
Heal, Spira.
there's a 50% chance of going bad, where bad means Lance of Atrophy on Riku, or Lance of Atrophy on Auron and inflicting zombie.
Come with me.
So that happens, so those two possibilities, there's a 50% chance of one of those two things happening, and there's a 50% chance of the good outcomes happening, which is either
Father will be
hits Kimari, or hits Auron and he resists zombie.
what do you know?
Okay, but no.
pitiful.
Yeah, but Auron getting hit and taking HP damage is still bad. Like, he would not have HP for to survive another Lance of Atrophy after the cross cleave. Unless I can somehow fit in a cure with Yuna. Okay, so let's just try the opening I was going to do before and see how it goes. So this is Mighty Guard. Then this is Calamity Bomb. No crit this time. Yeah. Okay, well, strategy of having Auron tank cross cleave not looking so hot. I guess I change this up and try. So I have to take a 50-50 here. Hope Lance of Atrophy does not hit Riku, and then can start charging Riku's overdrive and fit in. Fit in Sunburst before the cross cleave. Okay, so I don't have a sensor character, but I think unfortunately Mortiochus has too much HP for Lulu to be able to cast a spell and kill it. Yeah, stuck in this really awkward situation again where it's like, do I want a character to get KO'd here or not? I can't see cross cleave this time. So, okay. So for sure, whoever I bring in for Kimari has to take the Lance of Atrophy. The question is, do I want that to be Yuna and she survives with Defend and Zombie Ward? Or do I want this to be someone who just gets KO'd? I can always have Lulu KO herself. If I really want to like get Loner charge later, I can do it. So I think I want to just defend with Yuna. Yeah, and she'll get a turn before full life, even if she is turned into a zombie. But she needs to defend here to survive the HP damage. Okay, well that's about to hit Suiko anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's just see how much damage. Let's just see how much HP Mortiocus has here. I think it's like almost 600. 583. Yeah, that's not gonna. Yeah, I can just test how much damage a spell from Lulu does with the magic booster, but it's like 400 and something. It's not gonna do 580. Yeah, okay. Yeah, rip. Just thinking something. I have a note somewhere of the damage ranges on Flux's attacks. Yeah, I was just thinking if I actually... yeah, that was the third time. So do I want some of my SOS HP characters to actually have a bit more HP? So if Riku had... even if Riku had closer to 180 HP, Protect and Defend would not be enough to let her survive Lance of Atrophy damage. Is that true for Kimari? Well, what I could do for Kimari is cure him, get him to full health, and have him enter the battle with SOS Reflect. That way, if Lance of Atrophy hits Kimari, he'll go to SOS HP, and even though he'll be a zombie, the full... the full life will get reflected. Yeah, I kind of like trying that. I won't make a new autosave because I don't like it's easy. It's hard to reverse this, but I think if I do this, so 581. Yeah, so because he's going to be under Protect, the most you can take from Lance of Atrophy is 414. So I think that's a good amount of HP. Then I'll switch Kimari to Reflect Armlet. Oh, I didn't even need to have Yuna cast a spell. I could have just walked around with HP Stroll. It's whatever. Actually might... Yeah, I think I will actually HP Stroll whack his HP up a little closer to 50%. My plan to have Waka petrify himself is going to look a bit silly if he crits himself and just like takes too much damage. So this plays around that. Yeah, I think 263 is fine. Okay. So this way I actually don't lose a character This way I hopefully don't lose a character to the opening Lance of Atrophy. Whether I can actually make use of that is another question, but... Okay.
Xanarkand is on the other side, you know? Uni is gonna... Hi.
Meaning?
What are we...
So one thing that hasn't happened yet, but happens, I think, around like 25% of the time, is that Mortiorcus's first turn is actually before Flux's first turn. And if that happens, it's nice because the first full life doesn't happen right after the first Lance of Atrophy. There's actually like the turn delay, so you essentially just get 21 ticks for free. And that's what, yeah, so what happens is that Mortiorcus rolls, like, he has an independent initial turn tick from Flux, but Flux has priority if they roll the same, because boss takes priority over, like, secondary enemy. So, yeah, so like I say, it's like 25% of the time, Mortiorcus gets the first turn. And we haven't seen that yet, and it would slightly help, so... As bad as this fight is looking, and as much luck as it seems to need, there is that scenario that could be helpful.
Lady Yuna.
You...
Allow me to say... Yours was truly a gallant race. They threw themselves at me to bar my path, one after another.
Yeah, something funny just occurred to me, which is that...
Kimari.
You could end the suffering of this poor...
no, it's a little wild. I was going to say, if I'm going to use Trio Funaleska anyway, is there any possibility I could instead use Trio to get a zombie-proof armor from one of the arena creations, use that to beat Unaleska, but also make this fight easier? But that is... yeah, that's a little out there. I don't think Trio even lets me beat Dontombri or... oh, I can't unlock Catoblepas yet. Yeah, I think that just doesn't work.
Once I have become the next sin.
Does Cactuar King drop status-proof equipment? I don't think he does. No, and Espada doesn't either.
What do you know?
Pitiful.
And your meeting.
Okay, so Kimari comes in, does Mighty Guard. This way he will not get KO'd by the first Lance of Atrophy full life combo because he has SOS Reflect equipped. And I'm gonna go for Calamity Bomb again. Yep, so this is what I said is going to happen. So the full life's going to bounce. Second Lance of Atrophy hits Auron. And he's a zombie too. Yeah, that's bad, unfortunately. Clearly I have to take Auron out of the front line now. What is the plan? So we're not going to take any more HP damage before cross cleave. So we've actually got this that pair of turns and that pair of turns. That's going to be the second full life, and then the dispel turn, which is going to get missed. But I think... I have the same problem here I did in an earlier attempt, where even though Auron can survive the HP damage from cross cleave, he's going to either die to the HP damage from the Lance of Atrophy afterwards, or he's going to die to the full life afterwards. Okay, I definitely want to try the petrified character strat here. So the question is, do I have Waka target Kimari, or do I have Waka target himself? I guess I have Waka target Kimari. Kimari has protect, so even if this crits, it's not gonna KO him. It could shatter him, but that's a risky take. Yeah. So next turn, Waka can try and petrify himself. I do want... No, I want Titus to switch in Sensor here, I think. Yeah, it's funny that there's the animation glitch that it looks like Waka has like the zombie cloud above him, but it's actually just hanging out from where Kimari was. Okay, so how much HP? Ah, Mortiokis has 555 again. Yeah, Mortiokis ending it with too much HP for Lulu to kill in one spell is definitely annoying. Although we would still bring him to the total annihilation phase with just Sunburst. Okay, so yeah, I really need to be able to start charging Riku's overdrive here. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with the Mortiokis getting that extra 4000 damage from the Mortar's option. And I think I can't survive cross cleave here. So I need to get Riku into the party and have her overdrive charged. So one of these, so either Titus or Waka's turn here has to be used to basically clear a character slot. So I can bring in Riku, change weapon, and have Waka try and petrify himself. That's only a 50%. Yeah, I think I'm going to risk that. So I could have Lulu just cast a spell on herself to guarantee she KOs herself, but then I only have one character slot basically for the rest of the battle. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so I definitely have time to recharge Riku's overdrive if on her next turn she gets she gets to start charging with Lona. So the question is, do I go for the guaranteed clearing of the second character slot with Lulu killing herself with a spell, or do I try and keep Waka in the battle but petrified? Let's try that. I kind of think I need a petrified character for the second phase of the fight. Nice. Okay, that worked. That worked. So now I just charge Riku's Overdrive. This turn coming up is a Dispel turn, which doesn't do anything. Yep. Okay, so how much HP does Flux have? 6k. Oh, 61k, sorry. Oh wait, I'm not even gonna get him. Am I even gonna get him under the Total Annihilation HP threshold? Yeah, I'm not sure I am. He's gonna take 24k. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Because he's gonna take another tick of poison damage, but unless I have a character who can actually get a turn in here, but that's not gonna happen. Yeah, I think even if I mix Sunburst here, I'm still gonna see Cross Cleave rather than Ready to Annihilate. But I don't have any other play. I mean, mixing like Hyper Mighty G doesn't do anything because yeah, I don't think mixing Hyper Mighty G does enough here. I guess I could mix Hyper Mighty G, Riku gets revived, Lance of Victory hits Whacker but doesn't shatter him. Actually, maybe that does have some chance of working. Let's do this math again. So it's 24k damage. So that takes him to 36,774. Yeah, I think I don't think there's any possible way for me to win this, but I think I can't avoid seeing a cross cleave now, so I think that means yeah, so I can't do the play. Yeah, I lose for sure if I bring in Auron and defend. He survives the HP damage from cross cleave, but then full life kills him before he gets another turn. I can't mix Sunburst because that just does damage, but then Cross Cleave gets used anyway, so I think the only way I don't immediately die is mixing Hyper Mighty G. Well, okay, Lance of Victory on Riku here is game over anyway. Okay, so what went wrong there is that I haven't got Zombie Ward to work on Auron once. If Zombie Ward had worked on Auron, I would have had a chance there because I could have brought in Auron to take the HP damage from the cross cleave. Even with using Sunburst, Hyper Mighty G, or even with throwing all my best mixes at it, it still needs a ton of luck.
I know.
But I don't see a way around it.
Uni.
I know.
What are we gonna...
We'll do some. We just don't. Until we do, let's go to Xanarkand. We'll find something there. It'll all come together. I know it.
Hey. Just now, you sounded like a leader, you know?
Star of the...
Huh?
Ah, the son of Jack.
Riku,
You are not...
just go...
Now is your time to...
Not if...
Sam,
Lady you...
You...
Us. Allow me to say...
Yeah, so I was looking at the strats people used in this challenge, or like the similar challenge where
Gallant race.
the mix restriction is just replaced by no trio quartet, and I think it involves multiple auto lives and or multiple sunbursts. Which does not work for me.
The suffering of this poor wrong soul.
I don't understand you.
Allow Kimari to die and release him from his pain. Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow caught in a spiral of death. To destroy, to heal Spira, I will become sin. Yes, with your help. Come with me.
It's too bad I had to use Chaos Grenade on, well, I ended up using Chaos Grenade on every Altana because that would be a big upgrade over Calamity Bomb here, since the extra damage would do the proc the multi-absorption for another 4k. So instead of doing like 3.6k to Flux, it would do an effective 11.5k or whatever. But yeah, the Seymour, the every Altana fight was miserable, and it was bad enough even using Chaos Grenade, so I don't know that I could have really avoided it. Oh, yeah, I wasn't thinking at the start of this fight, and I didn't heal Kimari. Alright, whatever. In all the attempts so far, I've ended up wanting my other characters to get KO'd, so... So mix Calamity Bomb. Lance Factory on Auron. Alright, well, not surviving Cross Cleave. What am I doing about the second Lance of Atrophy? So I'm going to end up in the same situation as the last attempt if I don't do a bit of extra damage to Flux somehow. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Lulu and Spell. And then hope this second Lance Factory hits Lulu, obviously. Which it did. Alright, so I have plenty of time to charge Riku's Overdrive, but do I have enough time to actually make anything happen here? So this turn is the full life, then I have I have the next set of turns and the next before Cross Cleave. So I think that means I can afford to bring in a sensor character. Let's just charge Overdrive first. Okay, so I have 13 or so more ticks before Dispel, and then another 21 ticks afterwards before Cross Cleave, so that's 34. So I feel like that's enough to do yeah, so that's enough to do a weapon switch and check HP situation. Yeah, so that's the Dispel turn. Yeah, so at about exactly the same HP as before. It just doesn't work. So that 143 is just too much, right? If that was like 75, I could do a Lancet with Kamari, then still have time to switch Riku back in and mix Sunburst. But Sunburst is just is again not gonna bring him low enough in HP to stop him using Cross Cleave. Yeah, I don't think there's any other way. I think I'm just dead at this point. Yeah, it's a little annoying. I've had Zombie Ward fail. Zombie Ward's worked like 0 out of 4 times on Auron, which just made this even harder than it would be. So the only thing I could do here, like I need to do a Sunburst and I need one other action. The only other action I could do is a physical attack with Riku, which unsurprisingly does not do enough damage, or no, I can't even do a physical attack with Waka. That's literally all I could do. Or that or Lancet. But yeah, I really need the Zombie Wood to work on Auron, or I need to get to high roll the damage on Calamity Bomb. I mean, I guess I'll mix Sunburst anyway. Yeah, but that didn't bring him into the Total Annihilation phase. Yeah, so one thing that's happening here, right, is I'm spending time, quite a lot of ticks, at the beginning of the fight, setting up Auron to try and survive the cross-cleave damage, and that is not working. So is there any way I can just... So if I'm not going to go down that route, I can possibly just change the strategy and not waste time doing stuff like Mighty Guard. Alright, I'll think about it a bit more. I'll give this another couple of attempts. I actually need to go use the restroom. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Alright, I'm back. And I definitely want to do what I forgot to do last time, which is just get Wacker's HP up a little bit so he can survive critting himself. That'll do. And actually, I think I can just overwrite the autosave because there's no downside of having more HP on Wacker like that, I think. So then the question is, do I put a cure on Kimari? Or use HP Stroll on Kimari so he has... So he survives the HP damage from Lance of Atrophy, and then the full life could get reflected by SOS Reflect. I really don't know the answer to that. So, yeah, so I was thinking about this. Let's say in the last attempt I was luckier with the RNG on the Calamity Bomb, and I managed to get the more desorption, extra 4k damage on Seymour, so that when I mix Sunburst at the end, it would take Seymour into the second phase and stop Morty from doing cross cleave. So then what's going to happen? So Riku has an empty overdrive bar. I don't have either other character slot. Flux is at about half HP, and I've used my Sunburst. So I have enough time with Riku to recharge her overdrive and mix Hyper Mighty G. So then she survives the... survives. You know, gets KO'd and gets revived after Total Annihilation. But then what do? I can't use Hyper Mighty Guard again. So Flux has taken some more damage by poison, but is still going to have, like, over 20k HP. So I'm not sure the strat of, like, bypassing the cross cleave. I'm not sure I have enough damage to even win that way. So maybe let's go back to trying to survive the cross cleave. And that involves Auron not getting zombied. Maybe there's a way I can do this where I don't even have Auron in the party for a Lance of Atrophy. Right. Yeah, I think... Because that's been the problem, right? The problem has been Auron... The problem has been Auron being hit. So maybe I go back to something like... Maybe I go back to something like this, and I use the first strike turn with Riku, and I use Mighty Guard later. Well, I guess later means after the first Lance of Atrophy, but before the second. There's kind of tight timing on that. No, it works though, it works. Okay. So with this strategy, I want reflect rather than haste. Yep. Yeah, so funnily enough, it's actually... I think I actually don't want Wacker to get his first turn before Flux, right? Because I want it to go Flux, Morty, and then the next character switches for Auron, Auron changes weapon, and then Riku's turn will be switch to Kimari, use Mighty Guard, with the idea that Auron comes out of the party before the second Lance of Atrophy. But I think Wacker's not likely to get a turn before Flux, and so this is okay.
Xanarkand is on the... Uni.
I know. Me.
What are we gonna...
I spent all that time getting the haste armor for Yuna, and I'm not really using it, so that's something else I might think harder about.
We'll find something there. It'll all come together. I know it.
Hey. Just now, you sounded like a leader, you know?
Star of the...
Huh?
Ah, the son of Jack.
Riku,
You are not...
just...
Now is your time.
Not...
Save some.
Oops.
Lady Yuna.
You...
Us. Allow me to say... Yours was truly a gallant race. They threw themselves at me to bar my path. One after another. You could end the suffering of this poor wrong soul.
I don't understand you.
Allow Kimari to die and release him from his pain. Spira is a land of suffering.
Yeah, I kind of hate this guy too. I hate I have to listen to him talk. I don't mind if it was just fighting him each time; it'd be all right.
With your help. Come with me. Once I have become the next sin, your father will be freed again.
what do you know?
Pitiful.
At your meeting.
Okay, so I'm still on the strat of trying to buff Auron to survive cross cleave, but I'm not having him in the party because he keeps getting zombied. So I'll open with Calamity Bomb again. Well, Lance Factory on Riku is reset. Okay, so let's have Yuna cure Kimari and switch Kimari to... I'm not actually sure there's much point doing this, because Kimari's kind of 100% to get KO'd anyway with how I'm trying this now, but I think it doesn't matter too much. Okay, and I want... Yeah, I'm changing this up. So I have Lulu Wacker. Yeah. It occurred to me that if I didn't mix for poison at the beginning, and I instead mixed for
Uni.
I mixed a damage dealing mix like Tallboy, I would actually be
What are we?
slightly better off maybe at doing the damage needed to bring Flux into the total annihilation phase. But the trouble is, over the course of the fight, the poison adds up so much that I don't think that's an actual,
It'll all come
like,
together.
that's a kind of short-term fix to a longer-term problem.
Hey. Just now, you sounded like a leader, you know?
I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm not gonna be able to do this if I go straight to the total annihilation phase. I think I just won't have the damage slash, because of not having the second Hyper Mighty G, like, I won't be able to
The sun
essentially win before a second total annihilation.
Run it.
You are not.
Just
now is your time to
not if I...
Save some.
So I still haven't had the lucky roll on the opening turn timing for Flux and Morty, and I still haven't had
Allow me to say something.
Auron Zombie Ward actually kick in. So even though I've had a bunch of these kind of frustrating resets, I'm getting, well, I've also had Riku KO'd a few times, but obviously that's like,
Race
that's not unlikely, unfortunately.
to bar my path.
But yeah, I've maybe been slightly unlucky. Hard to say.
You could end the suffering of this poor young soul.
I don't understand you.
Allow Kimari to die and release him from his pain. Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow caught in a spiral of death. To destroy, to heal Spira, I will become sin. Yes, with your help. Come with me, Yuna. Once I have become the next sin, your father will be freed again.
what do you know?
Pitiful.
Your and your me.
Okay, here. So this is the lucky opening where I'm not gonna see Lance of Atrophy right after this full life. Alright, so what can I do about this? I think at the very least this should let me get Auron set up so he's still at full HP by the time I see Cross Cleave, at the very least. I think Waka having a turn after that Morty turn is actually more annoying than good. I'd rather it was after Flux as well, but what can you do? Not a great roll on damage. Let's see here. So looking at that turn timing, yeah, that's actually not. I think that's actually not great. So I think if this Lance of Atrophy hits Lulu, I'm not going to have time to have Auron come in, switch weapon, then switch out before the second Lance. But yeah, I can't do anything about that. Is there any way I'd rather have... if I defend with Yuna, I just don't get a turn before... Oh no, hold on. Yeah, no, it's fine. I actually can defend with Yuna. Alright, well if he keeps hitting Rico and the Lance of Atrophy, then none of this matters. Oh, that's too bad. I had the lucky start with the initial counter value, but then Riku got hit. I'll try this once or twice more, and if it doesn't work after that, I'll come back to it like tomorrow or during the week sometime. It's a funny battle because on the one hand there's a lot of RNG, which makes it frustrating obviously, and this long cutscene which is not helping, but also it's still kind of interesting as to what the best strategy is, and I'm not confident I've really got there. So here's the question about do I heal Kimahri here or not? I'm going to try not healing him, but I will switch up the party like I was before. Try and keep Auron... Try and make it so Auron doesn't get hit by Lance of Atrophy. I'm not seeing a way through this without using Hypermighty G, which is okay, although I really make Sanctuary Keeper awkward.
We'll find something there.
The problem against Sanctuary Keeper is if you don't use Hypermighty G, then only Auron can survive the damage from Photon Spray, which is the first attack it uses.
You sounded like a leader, you know?
I can survive with double HP on other characters, but the issue there is that if Riku mixes for double HP, then she doesn't survive the Photon Wings, at which point it's instant loss, obviously. So even though it seems like I could mix double HP to, let's say, Waka or Kimahri survive Photon Spray, it just doesn't actually work because Riku's stuck in the party. Beating that fight without Sunburst or Hypermighty G or Calamity Bomb seems tough as well.
Allow me to say so. Yours was truly a gallant race. They threw themselves at me to bar my path, one after another. You could end the suffering of this poor rock soul.
I don't understand you.
Allow Kimahri to die and release him from his pain. Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow caught in a spiral of death. To destroy, to heal Spira, I will become sin. Yes, with your help. Come with me. Once I have become the next sin, your father will be freed again.
What do you know?
Pitiful.
Alright. Back again. Okay, so this is the more usual turn ordering. So main thing is not having Riku get hit right here. That was a high roll on the damage, that's nice. And then Waka gets hit, okay. So far so good. So now I can do this. Switch weapon with Auron. Yeah, perfect. I think I will go for counterattack. I can see HP getting a little tight. Not that Auron's counterattack does a lot of damage compared to the mixers, but you never know. Okay, Kamari comes in and does Mighty Guard. Auron switches out. So this is going to be... let's see. So this is a second Lance of Atrophy, and then that boss 1 turn that's coming up after the 2 boss turns is going to be the full life. So... So there's no one here who I can guarantee will survive that. I guess... Do I want someone to survive that? My strat is to have... Yeah, I'm not in a rush to recharge Riku's overdrive. On the other hand, I just don't know that having more character slots really does anything. Okay, I guess I'll switch in unit and defend. Okay. So this is the second full life. Alright, so now I have to think about the timing here again. So the trick is... The trick is going to be to have Auron defend. Well... Yeah. I mean, I need to get Riku's overdrive recharged. It's not like I can just have Auron come in and defend early. Well, no, hold on. Yeah, maybe it does matter. Like, if this is going to work, then I'm going to get the time, either, you know, the time I would get here from switching weapon with Riku, I'll be able to get afterwards. So I think from that point of view, I'm actually better off having Auron come in and defend as soon as possible, so that the delay from cross cleave is at least, you know, not as bad. Yeah, I was kind of caught in two minds there. It wasn't great. So there's the spell that's silenced, and his cross cleave. Lance of Atrophy. Ugh, and he fails the zombie ward again. Yeah. I think we're 0 for 5 on that. Oh, I just realized something. I think I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I never had Zombie Ward equipped. So, yeah, so what happened here is, I saw he had 1133 HP, which means he has HP plus 10%. So I assumed I had switched to Zombie Ward, because I knew the Zombie Ward armor also had HP plus 10%, but I didn't, and... Yeah, because his haste armor also has HP plus 10%. Alright, well... yeah, that was making life a little harder. A lot harder. Oh boy. So yeah, it's not surprising that Zombie Ward failed 5 times in a row when I didn't even remember to equip it. There's just too much going on in this fight. I forgot something basic like that. Oh well, can't do anything to change it.
Uni,
I
I,
me neither.
what are we gonna do?
We'll do. We just don't. Until we do, let's go to Xanarkand. We'll find something there. It'll all come together. I know it.
Hey.
Hmm?
Just now, you sounded like a leader, you know?
Star of.
Huh?
Ah, the son of Jack.
Riku,
You are not.
just go.
Now is your time to.
Not it.
Saves.
Lady Yuna. Us. Allow me to say so. Yours was truly a gallant race. They threw themselves at me to bar my path. One after another. You could end the suffering of this poor wrong soul.
I don't understand you.
Allow Kimari to die and release him from his pain. Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow caught in a spiral of death. To destroy, to heal Spira, I will become sin. Yes, with your help. Come with me. Once I have become the next sin, your father will be freed again.
Ah, what do you know?
Pitiful.
Your and your
Okay. We got the lucky opening again, but Wacko went before. I guess if I get Morty going before Flux, then Wacko's also likely to have the turn before Flux. I hadn't really thought about that. Oh, that was a good roll. So what's the play here? I think I still have to switch in. No. I was going to say I think I still have to switch in Auron and change weapon. But he takes way too much damage from Lance Factory then. Okay, but because of the turn sequencing, I'm not seeing full life right after this Lance of Atrophy. So I've got to bear that in mind. So I think I can just bring in Yuno and defend. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure who's. So Yuno has the zombie ward equipped, but in some sense, Tidus is still more expendable because Yuno also has a silent strike weapon, which I may need later in the fight. Okay. So that was good because the zombie ward kicked in. So this next turn with full life is going to do nothing. Okay, so I can continue my plan. This is also going to put Yuna under protect and shell, although I don't think that really helps me at all. So switch weapon to counterattack. Riku switches for Kimari. Kimari does Mighty Guard. So this is going to be full life turn, so I don't actually need to take Auron out. On the other hand, I do want to switch for Sensor. Probably the best time to do it. Okay, so that boss turn coming up is a second Lance of Atrophy. So I think okay, that 372 is really good. Okay, yes, that 372 is really good because I can cast a spell, an empowered spell with Lulu's Magic Booster Cactus and proc Mortal Absorption. So I'm going to switch in Lulu and do that. But the thing is, I don't need to recharge Riku's Overdrive right away. I can also try and get Waka to petrify himself. I'll switch in Lulu first, I think. Because I don't care if Lulu gets KO'd. I want Waka... I want Waka to be petrified but not KO'd. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Yeah, so that's essentially an extra 3 4k damage. Tyler's defense here. Okay, that's perfect. Because even if he gets zombied, he'll be switched out before the next full life. But maybe I want Titus to be KO'd. So all these characters in the front line, I'm fine with being KO'd, actually. So I think I'll just change weapon with Titus. It brings his turn sooner. You know what? I won't do that. I kind of value Sensor still. Okay, so Kimari gets KO'd, that's fine. So this is a second... Right, so this is the second full life, then it's Dispel, then it's Cross Cleave. And I have Sensor character alive, I have Waka alive. So it's going well so far. And that damage... Yeah, so that damage... I do have the option of bypassing the cross cleave, so I should think about doing that. So I think what I want to do is switch weapon with Riku and have Waka try and petrify himself. No, there's not enough ticks there. I'll have Waka try and petrify himself right now. Good. I still think I can make use of that later. Okay, so now I bring in Riku, start charging her overdrive. So here's Dispel and then Cross Cleave. So let's check the timing here. Okay, so I don't want... yeah. I definitely keep switching with Riku until the defend would put Auron's turn after cross cleave. There's no point just wasting 30 ticks defending before the cross cleave even happens. No, still one more weapon switch. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to get Yuna with SOS-Haste equipped. I don't really have. Yeah, I don't really have time to do that right now. I think if I could fit it in now, I could fit it in later. Okay. I have to remember that silence is one off. That could be an issue. So the question, so either I need Lance of Atrophy to hit Waka, or I need it to hit Auron, but he survives zombie. Oh, darn it. Well, I did switch to zombie ward, but it didn't actually work. That attempt was much better though. I think I was actually set up to win if I didn't have, if he survived the zombie there. Because because I can bring Riku back in. I can mix damage to get him to the total annihilation phase, and then I should have time to recharge and mix Hyper Mighty G. Yeah, and having Waka petrify himself could again have been useful there, right? Because if Waka had tanked the Lance of Atrophy hit for Auron, I wouldn't have even needed the luck with Zombie Ward. So that's like, trying to have Waka petrify himself is definitely a good part of this, or like a good part of the strategy. Alright, well, it's kind of frustrating. I forgot about Zombie Ward for so long because it was basically making the fight impossible instead of just very luck reliant, but that's alright. I'll get him eventually. I'm going to take a break now though. I'm not sure when I'll stream next. I've been liking this Saturday morning stream, so I'll kind of not like guarantee, but soft guarantee, I guess, a Saturday morning stream. But whether I stream tomorrow or during the week is kind of depends whatever stuff's going on. But yeah, I will be back by next week at the latest and get past this guy. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the derp on Zombie Ward. Yep, should just be more careful checking inventory. But anyway, at least I got the Haste Ring and I got everything set up for the fight, I think. So should get him next time. Alright, see ya. Have a good weekend.